Welcome back to Playbook, everyone. When I take a look at Phillip Rivers' numbers, the first 6 games and the last 4 games, the record isn't very good. Yards isn't very good. Yards per attempt isn't very good. Touchdown to interception rate ain't very good. And completion to 25 yards or more isn't very good.
Where are you going with this?
Well, I'm looking at the St. Louis Rams taking on the San Diego Chargers. And, Coach, where I'm going is man, Phillip Rivers, if this San Diego Charger team's going to make the playoffs, they're only going to go as far as the arm of Phillip Rivers. So you better do a better job of protecting him. And because he's taking a beating in those 4 games, I'm taking the St. Louis Rams because just like the Oakland Raiders, the St. Louis Rams can do that right there. They can batter Phillip Rivers. They sacked him 2 times. They hit him 11 other times. The St. Louis Rams can do this right here. This is the Oakland Raiders last week, folks, in week 11 of the National Football League. With the St. Louis Rams in that pass rush, they have speed, they have power. They can do this to Phillip Rivers and the San Diego Chargers. So for me, I'm taking the Rams on the road, a very tough place to play out in San Diego. I'm taking the Rams to win the football game.
Shirley, you just showed us the front getting after what would be Phillip Rivers. Well, I'm looking at the St. Louis Rams to win this football game, too, because of what their secondary did to Peyton Manning and the Broncos last week.
Yes.
With, the Legion of Boom is in Seattle. Well, they look like the Legion of Doom. Yeah, that's a shout-out for Laurinaitis' pops, his tag team father.
Oh, I like it.
Look at what they did, reading the quarterback through the receivers and then reacting to the football. I thought they did a great job separating receivers from the ball. And it happened time and time again. It reminded me of the Super Bowl, Coach, Denver versus Seattle. They laid the wood on them early, and I think the receivers, they were hearing footsteps all game long.
Yes,
here you see the corner. He's on the top receiver right there, falls off, reads Peyton Manning through the receiver. Another pass breakup, separating the receiver from the football. Now, this is the safety right here, just reading Peyton Manning's eyes right here. But look at from the time the ball is thrown to now how quick he closes on the receiver. And as a receiver, Sterling, I'm sure you're wincing right now.
I don't want that.
Your quarterback kind of throws the ball a little bit high.
Don't throw me that one.
St. Louis Rams are taking no prisoners, and I think that they're going to win this football game against the Chargers. You just showed Phillip Rivers struggling. I think physically they take over the game for against the San Diego Chargers.
Well, guys, we know that the St. Louis Rams have a pretty good defense, and that pass rush, as you pointed out, is beginning to get cranked up. But you got to play on both sides of the ball, and that's why St. Louis has struggled. But not so fast. All of a sudden now, to go with that defense, we have a running game in Trey Mason from Auburn University. Had to say that for my gay live buddy, Keith Evans. This young man, Trey Mason, has kind of emerged, and all of a sudden now they're running the ball pretty good. He had 113 yards, 131 as a team total last week. So now they're beginning to run the ball a little bit better. Okay, well, that in itself is okay, but what do I do at the quarterback position? How's he going to help? You know what? How about all of a sudden now Sean Hill comes back into play? All he did was complete 70% of his passes, okay, no interceptions, had 220 yards. So let's look at that formula. I got great defense going on. We're running the ball pretty good. And I got a quarterback that doesn't tend to hurt us and can complete a high percentage of his passes.
Yes.
All of a sudden now, even though they're a last place in the NFC West, maybe these St. Louis Rams can be pretty good.
I tell you what, I'm glad we all like St. Louis Rams.